Breaking news in the world of barbering. A young barber is taking the industry by storm.
Redefining what's possible with just a pair of clippers and raw ambition.
At only 20 years old, Hakeem Huang,
This 19-year-old barber could be making $500,000 a year.
highest charging barber around, has shattered records, pulling in up to $450 per cut and bringing in an astounding 110 new clients in just 30 days.
That's right, folks. He's making $25,000 a month in only his third year in the business. A feat almost unheard of.
Hold on a minute. Did you just see that? What you just saw was multiple people paying me $250 just for me to cut their hair. Give me this. And over the next 9 minutes, I'll be revealing how I was able to have one of the fastest barbering come-ups in the world so you can do the same. Just a few years ago, I was stuck charging $35 a haircut, struggling to get booked out, feeling frustrated because I had no clear direction on how to scale, to now charging $250 per haircut and making over $25,000 per month. I did this all without being in a good location or without having some next level barbering skills. And my city had a completely dead barbering market. And right now, as you're watching this video, we are noticing a huge shift in the barber industry. And in the next few months, this shift will put a very small group of barbers in the top 1% on making the hundreds of thousands of dollars per year, and the other 99% stuck in the barber rat race. So by watching this video, you're making a real decision right now for your future success. And you've come to a crossroad where you have to pick between these two options. Option 1, act with urgency and separate yourself against the crowded sea of barbers and become part of the 1% to achieve financial freedom. Option 2, fall behind and remain like the other 99% of regular barbers. So if you want to make it to the top of this industry so that you can comfortably provide for you and your family, then stop the distractions and pay very close attention. By now, you would have noticed an extreme rise in barbering content on TikTok and Instagram over the last 4 years. And in my opinion, this has led to what I call the barbering bull run. And this bull run is responsible for the industry craze that has arisen from people taking advantage of these social media platforms. But what it's also responsible for is generating multi-six-figure barbers whilst leaving the majority of people in this industry to become just local barbers to attract all of the cheap and low-quality clientele. And for the last 4 years, I became one of the first barbers to actually achieve success in converting viewers into high-paying clients like no one else. So the steps I'm about to give you are directly applicable in the barbering market today. And if you're not already in the top 1% of barbers, it's not your fault, because I have good news. After countless research, years of getting my hands dirty, being in rooms with entrepreneurs worth over hundreds of millions, and privately masterminding with Alex Hormozi, breaking down the barbering industry, I came up with a brand new method that allowed me and hundreds of other regular barbers to escape and join the 1% in literally 90 days. Just like Kevin, who was able to go from 11K to 28K months all within 3 months. Or Brooklyn, who was able to go from making 3K a month to now more than tripling it to 10K months in just 2 months. And no, it's not about posting those generic haircut videos. It's about building a tailored barber personal brand. A barber who just cuts hair just blends in. But a barber with a personal brand stands out. They're not just selling haircuts, they're selling a story. The difference? With this strategical method, you're not just building an audience, you're building an evergreen client generating system. And if you stick around, I'm gonna tell you exactly how this brand new content framework for barbers work. And you'd be surprised because it's really dead simple. And when you follow to the T, you'll exactly be able to join the 1% of barbers charging minimum $100 for a haircut without having to worry about losing any clientele. Sounds crazy, right? Well, that's exactly what my student Hoku was doing. A 16-year-old living on a small island whose house got burned down. He came to me when he didn't have any place to cut from, going house to house, cutting remotely and recording content on the fly. Even then, he was able to go from 600 followers, no clientele, on a small island, to now getting viral and getting booked out, becoming the top barber in his city, all within just 4 months. And you see, these people I tell you, they aren't much different from you. Now, maybe you've tried posting social media to scale your business before, but nothing really took off. And I've been there, countlessly posting without seeing nothing come in. But don't worry, I've been there. There's so much misleading information on social media these days that it's almost impossible to find one single strategy that actually works. Just like how I was, it leaves you feeling overwhelmed with the whole process. That was until I discovered this single method that works like a charm for barbers. And if you stick with me for the next 7 minutes, I'm gonna review exactly how this method works. And you can do it all without the struggle of trying to get booked out, or without the uncertainty of trying to grow your social media, or even without having to depend on barbershop for your clientele. To finally take care of you, your family, your partner, and your loved ones comfortably and silence all the doubters trying to tell you that your job is just a side hustle. Let's be all honest here. The reason why we started barbering in the first place is to become our own boss, taking control of our future and instead of that traditional route.
But why should you even listen to me? If we haven't met yet, my name's Akeem and I've been a barber for 4 years. And ever since then, I've been able to grow my social media to over 1.3 million followers across all platforms, from cutting out of a Shrek Shack to making 25K per month, retiring my mum, and fully providing for my family now. This is the true power of the new barbering industry. And even though I was able to do all of this, it's important to address that it honestly wasn't always like this. At the age of 18, my single mother who speaks no English was working 9 in the morning to 9 at night, getting paid pennies at our Asian restaurant just to make ends meet. We moved houses to houses, struggling to even find a place to stay. And I was only just coming out of high school, and at the time I was working at KFC for $10 an hour. And seeing my mom suffer like this, all with no father figure, just to barely be able to provide for us, it made me desperate. I decided to try and build my own business, and that's when I found barbering. So I picked up the clippers, just like you, butchered my friend's hair, eventually started charging $10 per cut, but I barely got booked. I needed to get more people into my chair, so I began showing my work by posting videos on social media. I saw a lot of barbering content at the time. I studied them, I tried to replicate what they were doing. And after getting out of my comfort zone to record my clients, spending hours to finally put one video together, thinking that this video was gonna be a banger, turns out the algorithm didn't think the same. Got no views, no traction, honestly even struggling to get 1,000 views. I tried this for many months just to get no results. It was honestly quite frustrating. I began to go into this little rut where I stopped recording, stopped posting, and honestly stopped loving what I did as a barber. I was disheartened and lost. No one around me was on the same path to share the struggles that I had, or to even hold me accountable to growing my barbering journey. And on top of this, I had other personal commitments going on that made it even harder to put work into growing my business consistently. I plateaued at around like 2.5K per month for a long time, charging 35 and getting no more than 25 clients per week. Admittedly, I even pursued other ways to make money as my current income wasn't sufficing. At this point, I was close to quitting as a barber, as I'd hate to admit. The stagnation made me lose motivation and passion for cutting hair. I was about to give into all the opinions of my family and friends who said that barbering was just nothing more than a side hustle. I found myself comparing my position to all these other high-charging barbers, and I tell myself, I'm posting content as well. Okay, how the hell are they able to charge triple me? And after a year of feeling lost, I finally had my light bulb moment. What they were doing to create such a high-end clientele was by creating a strong personal brand through strategical content. And I'm not talking about slapping some generic logo on your profile picture and becoming the millionth person to put fades or blend into your username. The golden key to creating a real personal brand as a barber is by actually finding your unique advantage. You see, everyone seems to be missing the real key to barbering success. In today's market, it's not just about giving the best haircuts, and it's not just about going viral. The real secret lies in building a personal brand that creates a connection with your audience, allowing them to know, like, and trust you as a person. When people trust you, they'll trust you as their barber. And in today's world of barbering, that personal connection and trusting you is a crucial part of the client experience. I've had so many guys come into my chair and pay me $250 plus just because they want to talk with me, or even vain as to be part of my social media, so then they can be part of my brand. So how do you create this strong personal brand to get visibility that your work deserves and leverage it so your brand can multiply your income? I'm gonna break it down in 3 simple steps, and the last step is what's really gonna make you take off. Firstly, you're gonna shift your page from a generic haircut portfolio to a piece of content that has your voice in it, your face and your personality there to build your personal image. And no, you don't have to be extremely confident on camera. In fact, Brian, who's naturally a very shy person, made this switch and he leveraged the copy and paste framework that allowed him to create a banger video regardless, which allowed him to already start making 10K a month in a small city. Then, to really make you stand out from the rest, you're gonna sit down and think about what makes you different and use that in your content. You see, it's hard to think about what makes you different because different is probably normal to us. So all you have to do is dig a little to find it. Trust me, it's there. And again, you don't have to be extremely confident guy to do this. Your next steps is to take a close look at your business metrics. By understanding these metrics, you'll have a clear picture of your overall business health, which will allow you to confidently determine the perfect time and the amount to increase your prices by, so then you don't have the fear of losing clients because your data will back up your decision. This is exactly what I did with Brooklyn, who went from charging 70 to 160 for a haircut. When I gave him the go to raise his prices, he was initially scared that he would lose all his clientele, but since I took him through the proven price raise strategy, his worries eased and it was still getting booked month in advance, even at those big price raise increases. That's why the final step that makes the most sense for you is to gain your time back by leveraging a content team. Just like how it ruins an artist's spirit to be doing accounting, as an entrepreneur barber, you should be doing the one thing that gives you the highest return. This is where you go truly from a barber to a businessman. When I implemented this, I was able to take crazy trips to Miami, Dubai, Thailand, and Saudi, all whilst my account was posting every day because I built an automated content team that took care of the whole process. Building this team may seem a daunting task, but it's actually a very straightforward because just in this moment, I want to show you how to implement all of this in the easiest way possible. And here's the best part. When building your own personal brand, it will become an asset that will give you freedom to take on the world of entrepreneurial opportunities such as sponsorships, partnerships, and even selling your own products to your audience, which will allow you to move away and retire from the chair, all whilst being able to comfortably provide for the people you care about most for generations to come. So where do you go from here? As of now, most barbers are aware of the barber business bull run and how lucrative it can be to have a content framework that attracts high-paying clients on autopilot. However, if you're watching this video right now, it likely means that you still haven't been able to properly take advantage of this opportunity. The good news is the evolution in this market is still in its early stages and you can still be one of the first to attain barbering success before everyone else does. But here's the problem. Implementing this stuff into your business, if you've never done it before, can be pretty daunting, difficult, and a time-consuming process. And unfortunately, nowadays, you just don't have the time anymore to learn all of it from scratch yourself, because it only takes a few months for another barber in your area to plug and play the right systems and swoop up all the clients around you. And the chances are there's someone out there trying to do that right now, which is why I've packaged all my strategies, frameworks, and invested well over 6 figures to build a system to help you scale your income past 25K per month through building a strong barber personal brand with a bulletproof blueprint I call High Ticket Barbers. This blueprint is going to change everything for barbers. Just like how it did for Matthew, who's a barber in London that went from going to jail to being able to take full control of his future and scale to £10,000 per month through this exact system. After me and my content team dedicating more than half a year on working on this, I've been able to create something that will remove all guesswork, overwhelm that you're probably experiencing right now. Here's exactly how it works. It's an intimate setting where me and my team will intensively help you scale your barbering business past 25K months through a 4-phase system. Step 1, as soon as you join, I'm gonna give you a personalized action plan that will perfectly suit your current situation, which will go over every single action that you need to do down to the T so you can eliminate any guesswork and confusion along the way. I'll hold you accountable and support you through every step of your journey so that you'll never fall off track, don't burn out, and you have no option but to succeed. Step 2, I'll help you pick your content style tailored to your personality, current skill level, and I'll make sure it's the style that you actually enjoy doing. Then I'm gonna take you through exactly on how to attract the most itchy and high-paying clients with this content style. Then in step 3, I'll fully assess your business metrics for you to get you confidently to raise your prices without worrying about losing your current clientele. And I can say this with full conviction because Jake, within 5 weeks of joining, increased his income by 50%. And then in the final stage, I'll show you on how to acquire your very own editor with the top of the line skills that is affordable so you can effortlessly post on autopilot without spending countless hours on CapCut like it's your second job. I don't see any other programs offering this. And this is a crucial step for every entrepreneurial barber to have. Unlike the other barber gurus you see that don't even practice what they preach, I'm not someone who found success 10 years ago trying to tell you what to do in this completely new market. I'm giving you the exact up-to-date roadmap that is extracted from actually doing it myself. And now it's even better as we've sharpened this system by implementing it on other barbers which have led to their success stories. All whilst you're going through this process, you'll be surrounded by the most ambitious barbers around the world to keep you motivated and to bounce ideas off so you can head to the same goal of financial freedom. There won't be a bad apple within this high ticket network because getting in is an application based and it wouldn't make sense for us to accept everyone. We only want killers in this group. And only this network will have access to our in-person mastermind and workshops. These in-person events address the secrets of this industry that can only be discussed off camera. And I know this from my experience of privately masterminding with Hormozi, where we unveil the secret business principles directly related to barbering that he doesn't give out publicly. This is something that the rest of the industry is yet to discover, which I can only share inside of this inner circle. So my team and I have fully dedicated this year to create a streamlined roadmap for you to do it faster and skip all the mistakes that I made. So you can literally just cheat time and dominate your competition to become the top barber in your city while the rest are left behind. In fact, I'm so confident that you'll succeed as part of High Ticket Barbers that I've got an insane guarantee for you. If you are successful in your application, I'll scale you to your first 10K month, then 25K month within the next 6 to 12 months. And I'm so confident in this that I'll guarantee that you double your current monthly income within 120 days, or I'll work with you for free until you do. But why can I make such claims? Because through working intensively with my private clients like Brooklyn, we were able to triple his monthly income in 60 days, even though he's literally cutting hair in the hood. So there's really no reason why you can't do the same. If you want to get results like this, click the button right below to speak with my right-hand man and we'll see if you're a good fit. So here are your next steps. You can do nothing with all of this information and stay where you currently are, and you know where you currently are. I don't need to remind you. Or you can take action and apply to the High Ticket Barbers framework. All you need to do is click the button below and we'll vet you to see if you are a good fit to join High Ticket Barbers. As I mentioned, we only accept people who we know our methodology will provide results for as quickly as possible. All you need to do is click the button below and we'll speak to you to see if you are a good fit for High Ticket Barbers. As I mentioned, we only accept people who we know our methodology will provide results for as quickly as possible. This will probably be the most valuable action that you take in your business this year, because by the end of our chat, we will have identified the current roadblocks in your barber business and have the path forward for you to fix it, even if you're not selected to join High Ticket Barbers. However, if at the end of our chat, you are selected to join High Ticket Barbers, you will have to make a decision quick and claim your spot immediately before somebody else does, because we're not here just to let everyone into High Ticket Barbers. The more people that know about these methods, the less effective they become. That's why we are extremely selective about who we let in. We only want winners who will take ruthless action with the methodology provided. So if this sounds like you, click the button below to join the inner circle of High Ticket Barbers. Opportunities like this rarely come twice. And remember, it doesn't matter if you don't currently have a brand or if you're already charging $100 a cut and looking to reach the next level, everybody needs High Ticket Barbers. Because the things inside that have generated hundreds of millions of views for barbers every day are not taught anywhere else on the internet. Absolutely everybody needs High Ticket Barbers. Because the things inside that have generated hundreds of millions of views for everyday barbers are not taught anywhere else on the internet. I invite you to try to look anywhere else. You are not going to find something like this anywhere else. Only here. If you want to be at the top, I'm going to warn you that this window to be early is not going to last forever. History is going to repeat itself. Just like the traditional barbering model got completely diluted, many barbers are already looking to shift from this dead model to start looking for better ways to get paid for their services. And soon, everyone will be trying to climb to the top of this attention economy. So you're going to want to get in before everyone starts doing it. to turn your passion into financial freedom. Click the link below and fill out the application to join High Ticket Barbers.